students, today we will learn that what is a fin, what is its purpose, and then we will do the heat transfer analysis for a particular type of fin. Okay. Fin is a device which is used to enhance the convection heat transfer rate by extending the surface area through which heat is transferring. Okay, it means what? That suppose this is a body, okay, which is kept in surrounding, and this is the top surface of body, okay, and this body is hot, so by convection mode it is dispensing its heat to the surrounding. It's like this, okay. We know this thing that for convection the formula of heat transfer rate is Q equals to HA dt. Here H is the convective heat transfer coefficient, A is the area of exposure, and dt is the temperature difference between the surface and the surrounding in which it is cooling down. So we can see easily that the heat transfer rate by convection mode is directly proportional to the area of exposure through which heat is transferring. Okay. Now in case with this body we do this activity that extend the surface area, okay, by projecting its surface. So to enhance the heat transfer rate, what we can do, we can extend this top surface of this body, okay, you can see it has been extended, okay. So this is an intact entity. This matter is actually connected with the body itself, and this entire matter is an intact entity, okay. So this extended surface area, projected area, is what fin is, okay. And what is the benefit of this? That due to this thing the net surface area through which heat is transferring to the environment has been increased. You can see over here this much area is there, but in case the surface area is extended, then the surface area has been increased. So heat transfer rate is proportional to the surface area of exposure. Therefore by increment of surface area the heat transfer rate increases. One of the common use of fin is it is used in air cooled IC engine. You would have observed in your motorbike engine, the engine head is having implanted with number of stripped fins, stripped type of entities you would have found over the engine heads. Actually those are the fins, because when fuel burns inside the cylinder then it develops heat, okay. So to control the temperature of the cylinder head, some heat has to be dispensed to the surrounding, okay. So to make the heat to dispense to the surrounding in fast manner, the fins are implanted over the engine head, okay. So this improves the heat transfer rate from the engine head to the surrounding, and by this way the engine's temperature remains under control, okay. So this is what the concept of fin is. So this extended projected area from the surface from where heat transfer mechanism is happening, that extended surface is what called as fin is, okay. Now before doing the mathematical analysis we have to learn a small mathematics. What is that? Suppose that there is a function theta equals to c1 e to the power mx plus c2 e to the power minus mx, okay. Suppose there is a function, arbitrarily I am choosing a function theta equals to c1 e to the power mx plus c2 e to the power minus mx, okay. Over here c1 and c2 are constants and x is variable as well as theta is also variable, and theta is depending on x only, okay, because m and c1 c2 are constant. So in case I perform differentiations over left and right hand side, then d theta by dx equals to c1 m will drop down, c1 m e to the mx minus c2 m e to the minus mx, okay. Now once more, in case I am differentiating with respect to x, then I will get d square theta upon dx square equals to c1, once more m will drop down, so c1 m square e to the mx plus c2 m square e to the minus mx, okay. Now in case from this function right hand side, in case I am taking m square common, then what I am getting, d square theta upon dx square equals to m square in the bracket c1 e to the mx plus c2 e to the minus mx, okay. So this expression is equals to theta itself. You can compare these two, okay. So in place of this expression I can write theta. So our equation becomes d square theta upon dx square equals to m square theta, which can further be written as d square theta upon dx square minus m square theta equals to 0, okay. So this is the differential equations which is formed by this function, okay. So definitely for this differential equation this is the solution, that's it, okay, because this differential equation is formed by this function itself, okay. So keep this thing in mind. Now I am talking about a particular type of fin for which I will perform the heat transfer analysis. The fin is of type that this is the fin which is implanted over the surface area, This is the surface through which heat has to be transferred, and this is the fin which is implanted over it. Okay, this fin is of uniform cross sectional area from its base to its tip. Okay, means the point where fin is connecting this surface is called as base of fin. Okay, and as we go along the advance of fin, over the end the fin has its tip. Okay, so this is the base, this is the tip. Okay, and the cross sectional area of this fin is uniform throughout, it doesn't changes. And over here I am believing that fin is of infinite length of fin is infinite as compared from its base. That's it. So understood, fin uniform cross sectional area throughout. Okay, and the length of fin is infinity, like this. Second thing is, we are considering the steady state heat transfer. Okay, it means what? That all in all, fin is receiving heat input rate from its base. Heat is entering to this fin from its base. So whatever heat input rate of the fin is exactly equal to the amount of heat which is dispensed by the fin to the surrounding. Okay, see what happens? Whatever heat which is received by the fin is actually dispensed to the surrounding from its outer peripheral surface via convection mode. Okay, so whatever heat transfer rate which is input to this fin is exactly equal to the heat dispensing rate to the environment. This is what called as steady state heat transfer. So in short, this is a type of fin which has uniform cross section area throughout. This is the base of fin where it is connected to the surface. Length of fin is infinity, and whatever heat input rate to this fin is at its base is exactly equal to the heat dispensing rate from this peripheral area of the fin to the environment by the mode of convection. Now I am taking a very thin section of this fin. You can see this is very thin section of this fin which is considered at a distance x from its base. Okay, this dark gray colored entity is very thin section of this fin whose thickness is dx. At a distance x, thickness dx section of fin is considered. Okay, this is the enlarged view of this thin section. Qx is the heat input rate to this thin section from left hand side. Okay, by conduction. Okay, by conduction heat is coming from left hand side. Qx is the heat input rate, and Qx plus dx is the heat output rate from right hand side of this section by conduction. Now let's do the energy balance. Okay, see what happens, that Qx is the heat input rate. Okay, and heat is dispensed by this fin from its outer peripheral surface to the surrounding. So for this thin section also, heat is dispensed to the surrounding from its outer peripheral stripped area. Okay, the area which I am showing by the help of this arrow. Okay, outer peripheral area. So through this outer peripheral area, heat is dispensed to the surrounding. So in case we do the energy balance, then the equation is like this. This is the heat input, total heat input rate from left hand side, and this is the total heat dispensing rate from this thin section of fin. Some heat has been conducted to our right hand side, and rest of the heat is convected to the environment from its outer peripheral area. Okay, it could be understood by the help of some magnitude. Suppose I say 100 watt is the heat which is conducting to the fin, and 20 watt is coming out from this fin in form of conduction, and rest of 80 watt is dispensed to the surrounding by the mode of convection, like this. So this is what the energy balance is. 100 equals to 20 plus 80, this is 100. Okay, so this is the energy balance. Okay, now for convection we know the formula of heat transfer rate is Q equals to HA dt. Here H is the convective heat transfer coefficient, A is the area of exposure, and dt is the temperature difference. Okay, suppose for this thin section the temperature over there is T and surrounding temperature is T infinity. Surrounding temperature remains constant. Okay, and fin's temperature from its base to tip continuously decreases. The reason is continuously it is dispensing the heat to the surrounding, so its heat content is decreasing, so the temperature of fin from base to its tip is also decreasing. Okay, environmental temperature is constant. Okay, so then the amount of heat dispensed by this outer peripheral area of this thin section would be H dA T minus T infinity. Okay, dA is the area, outer peripheral area of this thin section. Suppose I am writing dA. So Qx equals to Qx plus del x plus H dA T minus T infinity. Okay, which can also be written as like this. Okay, now which can also be written as like this. In case I am inverting this qx and qx plus dx, then minus outside. In place of dA, I can write pdx. Now what is pdx? For uniform cross-sectional area bodies, the outer peripheral area is also given by perimeter of the body into the length of body. For example, if a cylinder is there, okay, in case I ask you what is the outer peripheral area of the cylinder, means I am talking about the curved surface area of the cylinder. It is given by 2 pi rl. Okay, here 2 pi r is what? Circumference of a cylinder. It is acting as a perimeter. We know what the perimeter is. 2 pi r is the perimeter and L is the length. Therefore 2 pi r into L is the area of curved surface of the cylinder. Okay, so remember, for uniform cross sectional area bodies, the outer peripheral area is given by the perimeter of the body into the length of the body. In case it is a cuboid, for example here it is acting as a cuboid, then what is the perimeter? Length plus breadth, again length, and then again breadth, like this. In case we are adding all these magnitudes, we will get the perimeter. Perimeter into length is the surface area of fin, but this is a very thin section of the fin, so taking the perimeter into dx is what the very small peripheral surface area of this thin section. Okay, so in place of dA, I can write perimeter into the length. Okay, now in case dx goes in denominator over LHS, so I will get this HP over here itself into t minus infinity. Now in case dx tends to 0, then I can write this LHS in differential form, dqx upon dx equals to hp t minus infinity. Okay, we know this thing, qx over here is what? The heat which is conducting through this thin section. So for a steady state heat transfer, we can write Fourier's equation of heat conduction in place of qx. So writing that minus kac dt by dx, in place of qx I am writing minus kac dt by dx. Here k is the thermal conductivity of the material, AC is the cross sectional area, okay, area of the face of this thin section of fin, and dt by dx is the temperature gradient associated with this thin section. Okay, this is what Fourier's law is. Fourier's law says that heat transfer rate is given by q equals to minus ka dt by dx. K is the thermal conductivity, a is the area, cross sectional area through which heat is transferring, and dt by dx is the temperature gradient with respect to distance of that body. So keeping the Fourier's law, Fourier's formula in place of qx, I am getting this. Now actually we are doing differentiation of this function, because over here what is there? D by dx of this expression. Okay, so the constants will come out. Okay, so minus k will come out, becomes plus k, and d by dx, dt by dx means double differentiation of temperature with respect to distance. It will give what? D square t upon dx square. Okay, so plus k which has come out can go in the denominator of the RHS. So ultimately we will get this d square t upon dx square equals to hp by kac t minus t infinity. Okay, got it? Now suppose I say t minus t infinity is theta. Suppose, see, from base to tip the temperature is changing, so difference in temperature is also changing. Okay, so the point where we have chosen this thin section, suppose the temperature is T, so T minus T infinity is the temperature difference of that thin section with the surrounding over that place. Okay, so T minus T infinity is suppose theta. Therefore in case I perform d theta by dx, what I will get? I will get dt by dx, because T infinity is the environmental temperature, it is constant. So in case we do differentiation both the sides, we will get d theta by dx equals to dt by dx. Now in case I perform double differentiation both the sides, then what I will get? D square theta by dx square equals to d square t upon d square. Double differentiation both the sides. Okay, now what is the benefit? In place of t minus t infinity, I can write theta. In place of d square t upon dx square, I can write d square theta upon dx square. This is what the benefit is. Now keeping these in this expression, what I will get? D square theta upon dx square equals to hp by kac into theta. Okay, now h is what? Convective heat transfer coefficient, which is constant. P is what? Perimeter of this fin, which is also constant. K is what? The thermal conductivity of the metal, which is also constant, and area of cross section of this fin is also constant. So hp by kac can be considered entirely as a one constant. Okay, let's take m. The definition of m is equals to root hp by kc. M is also a constant because all these entities in this expression are constant. Therefore taking this root hp by kc as m, then I can write this expression as d square theta upon dx square equals to m square theta, which can be written as d square theta upon dx square minus m square theta equals to 0. Now we have already done the mathematical analysis that for this function it leads to this differential equation. By double differentiating both the sides for this function, it is leading to this differential equation. So the solution of this differential equation is theta equals to c1 e to the power mx plus c2 e to the power minus mx. So taking that solution, ultimately theta equals to c1 e to the power mx plus c2 e to the power minus mx. Okay. Now we have to find out that what are the values of the constants c1 and c2 by applying the boundary conditions. Okay. Now remember one thing, that at the base, okay, where fin is just connected to this surface, at the base the temperature of fin is maximum, and gradually along the advance this T is decreasing, but environmental temperature is constant allwhere. Okay, so at the base the theta will be what? Maximum. At the base x is what? 0, and theta will be equals to theta b, which is the maximum temperature difference, because at the base the temperature of fin is highest, however surrounding temperature is constant. So T minus T infinity for the base is equals to theta b. Okay, so we can conclude that when x equals to 0, then theta equals to theta b, highest temperature difference. Okay, and since we are taking the case of infinitely long fin, so at infinity we know this thing, that the temperature of this fin is continuously decreasing, the environmental temperature is constant. So at infinity we can assume that this theta will become 0, no temperature difference at all at the infinity, because temperature is continuously decreasing for this fin. Okay, so when x becomes infinity, theta becomes 0. Okay, now let's apply this boundary condition in this equation. In case x becomes 0, then you will get what? c1 e to the power 0 plus c2 e to the power 0. So e to the power 0 is what? 1, over here also 1. So for the case x equals to 0, then theta becomes theta b. Now when we are keeping x equals to infinity in place of x, then the theta becomes 0. So keeping those, theta equals to 0 when x equals to infinity. So what we will get? 0 equals to c1 e to the infinity plus c2 1 by e to the infinity, because it is minus mx. So minus infinity means what? 1 by e to the infinity. Now this will be automatically 0, because e to the infinity is what? Infinity, or 1 by infinity was 0. So c2 has been eliminated from this expression. Only left is 0 equals to c1 e to the infinity. So this can only be true in case c1 also becomes 0, because LHS and RHS must be same. Okay, therefore c2 has been already eliminated, because 1 by infinity is 0, multiplying with this c2, so it becomes 0. So only left is 0 equals to c1 e to the infinity. So to keep LHS RHS same, since this is infinity, we have to multiply with 0, then only this RHS will become 0. So c1 is 0. So keeping the value of c1 in this expression, what we are getting? Theta b equals to c2. Okay, so now we have found the values of constant. So keeping the value c1 0, c2 theta b, we are ultimately getting what? Theta equals to theta b e to the power minus mx. So this is what the temperature profile of fin with respect to its distance. Okay, theta is what? Anywhere the temperature difference of the fin with the surrounding. Suppose I am choosing this point, t minus t infinity is the theta over there. In case I am moving and choosing some other point over there, whatever the temperature of fin is minus the surrounding temperature. This is continuously decreasing. Okay, so at any place, in case I want to know the theta, then it is equals to the base temperature difference into e to the power minus mx. Here m is what? M is root hp by kAc. This is a constant, and x is what? The distance from the base of fin. So we have derived this temperature profile equation for this infinitely long fin. So hope you would understood this analysis. Thank you.